Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of the Action Movie Guys podcast, episode 453. We're up to Bad Boys 2 from 2013. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
All right, Nate, introduce our special guest.
All right, well, you already know who he is. He's not that special anymore, but he's a guest. He's our intern. He's special to us, but he's been here a lot of times. Our boy, Scott, the intern, is here. Scott, just say hello to everybody.
What's up?
There he is. He loves Bad Boys. He said, sign me up. So he was already on the last 2 episodes, and he's going to be here for the next 6 episodes. Plus future, but he's an intern. When you're an intern, you show up when you're called upon. So Scott is here, and he's going to be joining us again.
All right, so let's just get this moving along. Financially, budget-wise, $130 million. So it went up since the first one. This one made a worldwide $273 million in the box office. It's okay. I don't know. I think it's okay. The Bad Boys one?
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now.
I don't remember.
Like 19 million?
The budget was 19? The budget was
I think
lower,
the budget was 19, I believe. I think Scott is right on that one. Bad Boys was $19 million budget and $141 million.
Okay.
That's way better profit than the second movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, as far as like what you spent to what you earned, they made like 6 times their budget on the first movie, where in the second one, only twice the budget. However, that being said, I know for a fact everyone bought this movie on DVD when it came out back in 2003, 2004. I know the movie came out in 2003. It was a summer movie, if I remember correctly. So probably DVD at the end of the year, beginning of 2004. Everyone had this movie. Everyone. All my friends. I was in high school when this came out. All my friends who bought DVDs at the time, everyone had Bad Boys. Everyone's dad had Bad Boys 2. I mean, not Bad Boys 1, Bad Boys 2. So I'm sure it recouped, a lot more there. It was a success, but it was not the sort of big hit that the first movie was.
Yeah.
Financially.
I don't know if it got bigger towards 3 and 4. I think it got bigger in terms of budget and financially.
Yeah, and I think they made more, but I think if you ask people, and I think I said this on the last show, and this is no bearing on what we're going to review. I have no idea how you guys feel about it. Y'all don't know how I feel about it, but this is the one that I feel like people bring up the most when like talking about Bad Boys, is Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2. I think a lot of people in a certain age group, this is actually the first one that they saw was Bad Boys 2. The soundtrack was huge because not only did it have Shake Your Tail Feather with the person who won't be named and Murphy Lee and them, but like Jay-Z was on that soundtrack. Dr. Dre did music on that soundtrack. Like the soundtrack too, I remember got a lot of play. So like it was kind of a big overall deal where I do think, Alex, you're right. As far as the new ones, I think were more profitable. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I think in the popular culture, 2 is the most well-known, but it's not necessarily the biggest hit of all of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you think, Scott?
I definitely agree with that. I saw 2 before I saw 1. And I'm younger than Nate, so I saw 2. Like I snuck on HBO Saturday morning, and I saw that on the movie channel. And then my dad came downstairs and said, "Oh shit, such a cartoon!" So I was like switching back and forth. But that movie was on constantly when it came out, especially on the movie channels on cable. So I always watched it then.
I think this is the reverse, like Transformers. Remember we did Transformers Part 2? Made like the most amount of money, but it's the one everyone hates the most. This is the reverse, where this one maybe didn't make the most, but I feel like it's the most popular amongst general
cult classic.
Yes, exactly.
Probably, yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, Nate, what did the critics and audience have to say about Bad Boys?
Well, you know what?
2.
This is interesting. For everything I just said, these numbers are interesting because the audience score is the exact same as the first movie, which is rare. 78%. The first one has 78. This one has a 78. So as far as regular people go, however, the critics did not like this movie. The first one had a 44, and this one has a minus 20%. It has a 24% critic score.
What?
So
24?
24. So this is not amongst critics. This is not a beloved movie. Now, you got to remember, too, this is 2003. This was Michael Bay. Bad Boys 1 was his feature debut. In between those, he made The Rock, which was very popular with critics and audiences. He also did Armageddon, came out before this movie, and that is a big hit, but was not popular with critics. And also, there was another one. I think Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor was before
2001.
Pearl Harbor as well, which also critics did not like. So I think Bay had already kind of created that critics don't really like his stuff. I think he was already that. And so critics kind of dumped on it, but audiences liked it.
That's very interesting. I mean, honestly, looking at these numbers, I'm really shocked on it.
24, whether you like the movie or not, the fact that only 24% of critics like this seems kind of low.
That's cruel.
Seems like they hate Bay, so they didn't like it no matter what.
I mean, but I don't know. I just feel like it's very out of how many people, because it's a very odd number since 2003. Not many critics. Like how many
Well,
critics?
that's the thing too. Like a lot of times with Rotten Tomatoes, and I know it's not like a perfect system, whatever. Nobody claims to be. We just use it as sort of a reference point, like to give an idea. However, a lot of times, like with older movies, it's like modern critics. Because it's aggregating certain critics that have like websites or certain newspaper or news outlets. Whereas in 2003, the internet was around, but it was not, this website wasn't around. You know what I mean? So this only has 184 reviews.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, audience has over 250,000 and it's a 78.
Well, that's because I bet with Rotten Tomatoes now, a lot of people are rewatching and putting their reviews into the site. So, okay, that makes sense. And there's a lot of more movie reviewers now that are Rotten Tomatoes certified.
Yeah, I mean, this 24%, I mean, heck, half of those could be from the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That makes sense. Scott, anything weird about these numbers?
No, it's all Bay hate, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bay hate.
That's Bay hate, and he's here for the Bayhem.
Yep. Yeah. Bay hate. I like that. All right, well, let's get right into it. Let's start off with the lead characters. They're back, Marcus and Mike Lowry. So take it away, Scott. What you got?
This might come to a shocker to you guys, but
no,
I gave him a 5.
Oh,
I gave him a 5. Not only did I give him a 5, but I think I just want to capitalize and say I think this movie has the maximum chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I think the jokes are the best in this movie. This movie's always funnier to me than Bad Boys 1 between them. Yeah, this is like top tier. If there was a way to say this is top tier Bad Boys for me if I can remember 3 and 4, because I haven't seen 3 since the theater and I haven't seen 4 since the theater either. So those will be fun to review. But definitely. And you get the best of the captain in this movie, Captain Howard.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
When they get into that chase with the 3 dead guys in the back, and he goes, he was like, so he's like, do you two just wake up every morning? He's like, good morning, Marcus. Good morning, Mike. He's like, how are you? So how are you gonna fuck up my day today? And he's just like, oh, I know. Let's kill 3 fat people and leave them in the street.
And then he goes, I have to hire detectives and they're detecting. Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's a 5 for me. I think this is maximum top tier Bad Boys for you.
Oh, that's a step of approval right there. All right, Nate, what are you on the same board as Scott? What we got?
Well, in this category, I am in the same boat with Scott. I also gave it a 5. I agree with pretty much what he said as far as their chemistry. I think, I thought it was great in the first movie, but it does feel, I mentioned this before, I feel like the time gap actually almost felt like a real life, and it was a real life time gap, but like it plays in the movie. Like now they're a little bit older. They're not old, but they're a little bit older. They've known each other longer. Martin's kids are bigger now. Like Martin Lawrence's kids are bigger. They also introduced Gabrielle Union as his sister, which adds a little beef to their relationship, because I like that they always have an issue, but at the end of the day, they're friends and partners. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You got Martin; he was wanting to not gonna be his partner anymore, and then you got Will Smith, who's like banging his sister in New York, but he didn't know about it, and that whole dynamic. I agree with Scott. With Joey Pants. My boy Joe Pantoliano, the police chief. I feel like he's in part 1 a little more, but in this one, he has some great lines. I still love the basketball scene in the first one, and I love when he tells him he's never going to see his wife again. Those parts make me laugh. But in this one, he doesn't show up until 40 minutes into the movie, which is wild. I checked, because I'm like, where is this guy? And I bring up the time, and it's 40 minutes. But even his first line, where he's like, all right, what unit are you guys with? TNT, tactical narcotics. What part of this was tactical? Because they're just like blowing up cars on the streets. Like, how did you sink a boat? And he's like, well, it didn't sink. And he's like, shut up, don't say nothing. Like, that whole part is hilarious. And then when they're in the office, and then he's like, all right, well, you blew up all this stuff. And he's like, all right, well, you got any drugs? No. All right, well, did you at least get the money? No. So like you just did all this for nothing. And he's so mad. And the woosah thing, like I feel like it's very memorable. I remember everyone doing that. Woosah, and they're like rubbing their ears and stuff. Like that was like everyone's doing it. So I agree. I think the chemistry's still great. I like that they added some layers to them, something to their dynamic. It's the strength of this film, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. I agree when it comes to these characters. I still like the captain more than the two main characters. I don't know why. I mean, you said it the best. Like even the scene after the highway scene is mad funny too, and the way he says, "How did you sink a boat?" Like he sounded hurt grabbing the paper. He said, "How did you sink a boat?" Like that's what made it funny. Like it wasn't like he wasn't like really mad, but he said it with passion, like so hurt. Like, how did you sink a boat? He's like, my God, you sunk a boat. Like he didn't care about everything else. And then he goes, well, in our defense, we had DA all over. He goes, DA, where? DA in my court?
And all of a sudden he's back on their side because of that.
Without consulting me?
Yeah, without consulting. Yeah. So he's like, but you're right. I mean, Captain Howard, to me, he's
like the glue, kind of.
He is the glue. Yeah. And when they go to his house, he's like, it's like a fun shui. And he goes, yeah, Mark, it's a fun shui. He's like, yeah. Yes. And he's like, holy Christ, what's going on? And then, they figured out he's on ecstasy, but I thought that was kind of funny. When he's smelling him.
Marcus, it's 2 a.m. Get your hands off me.
Yeah, that's the funniest line. When he said it was 2 a.m. Get your hand. Like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Like, that's the dumbest fucking line. So anyway, I like Captain Howard. When it comes to the sister, they didn't have a lot of story with her. Like, they didn't give me much more besides it's his sister, and that's it. And she's an undercover DEA agent. And I was like, okay, it's a brother-sister dynamic thing. I was a little on the fence, right? Because if my brother is a big tactical units cop, he's gonna know what the fuck is going on in the streets of in Miami. You know what I mean? So like, even when that first thing happened and then she's getting mad at them, I'm like, you're in their like you're in their thing, and not knowing that they're gonna get involved, knowing that they are gonna get involved. So I mean, she was okay character. I wish there was a little bit more there. I wanted to see more. I think it would have been cooler if the movie started off with New York before, and then it says present time, and then it shows exactly like the beginning of the movie.
Oh, like he's with Gabrielle Union, and you don't know it's his sister, and then when she shows up at the house, and then it's like, oh shoot,
yes, and then you're going, whoa, because then you feel like you're in the bit. You're like, is he gonna tell him because he doesn't know? So because that scene in the boat when he's like, he's coming down the stairs, that's not good, that's not good. And I know how that feels because that happened with me and my brothers when like one of us get angry and they're like, is he coming? Oh no. You get your ass
when they're arguing, when they're at the little dock or whatever, and he's like, you're a dog, Mike. You're like a pit bull with the little pink thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, it's like, oh, okay. Oh,
it's like that. It's like that now. It's like that. Yeah. Like, I wish they started the movie with that. So at least I know, okay, this chick is going to be some foreshadowing somewhere, and then that would have been hilarious. So I thought that would have been cool. Now the cops, I like their dynamic better in 2 than 1. I felt like their Martin Lawrence got better acting. Like he didn't sound, I don't know. I felt like in the acting of the first movie, I always felt Martin Lawrence was off for some reason, a certain line delivery. This one, he was actually pretty good. I think he got comfortable with the character. I think he's just having fun with Will Smith because their banter is mad funny, especially when they're in the crematory, whatever the hell the cemetery.
Oh my God, mortuary.
The mortuary, yeah.
Spanish Palms mortuary.
And he's like, hey, Mike. He said, cover her titties. He said, that's what you're thinking about.
He's like, what am I going to do with these dead titties?
Yeah, and then he gets in the damn car with the girl with the titties. So I mean, I think it was fun. Anyway, I give it a 5. I thought it was phenomenal across the board. But I felt like the family got bigger. Or is it me?
No, he had like 4 kids in the first movie.
No, but this one felt big for some reason.
I think they got a different house.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, they got a bigger house, but it had the same amount of kids, but they were all bigger now.
Yeah, I was like, is it me or they expanded?
And his wife got just more gorgeous. That actress aged well. She looked fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it was this scene that he got the ecstasy and he was like, he was like,
call the wife, tell her I'm on the way.
Teresa, yeah, that was funny. They were like, oh, man. But yeah, no, I agree. They had great chemistry. All right. 5 across the board. Main villain, Diego Cartel. I don't know his name, but I know it's Diego.
It's Hector Juan Carlos Tapia. But
Tapia.
Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny Tapia.
Johnny Tapia. All right. What do you got, Nate, for Johnny Tapia?
You know what? I don't know if me and Scott are going to agree anymore. I don't really like him. I think the villain element in these first 2 Bad Boys movies is not that good. Going back and rewatching it, you have Peter Stormare in this as well as Alexei. He's like the Russian drug dealer guy.
He's good.
Yeah, and he's a good actor. But he's there. And then you have Jordi Molla, Jordi Molla, who plays this guy. He's a good actor too. Like I've liked him in a ton of movies. He's just a drug dealer. I don't know why these first 2 movies. I feel like now I have not watched Bad Boys 2. It's been forever. It feels like a remake of Bad Boys 1, but bigger, louder, more explosions. It's kind of the same story, except there's no like prostitute getting shot. They're trying to do a drug bust. In the first one, it was heroin or something. This time it's ecstasy. It's crazy that the big drug of the movie is ecstasy. I mean, I guess early 2000s is a little bit of a different time, but it's like ecstasy on the boats and I think the performance is good. But I don't know why I don't like these villains. Maybe I just don't like drug dealer villains unless they're like also doing tons of action stuff. But I don't know. I gave him a 3. Like, I think it's fine, but he's kind of funny. Like when he's talking to his mom, when the old mom and that guy, they shoot that guy in the head. And she's like, what happened? He's like, he killed himself. He did.
He had the gun in his hand.
That made me laugh. But like, even that, like, okay, that was funny, but like that's my most memorable scene of him. And then you got the Haitians. Like, there's like a bunch of bad guys. There's the KKK. There's the Haitians. There's the Russian drug dealers. There's the Spanish drug dealers. I'm like, it's too much, and they're all just okay. So I gave it.
And the reason why I said Diego in the beginning is because I remember his face. He was Diego in Blow with Johnny Depp and Penelope Cruz, right?
Ooh. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because every time I see him, I say, "Oh, it's Diego," and I'm like,
"Blow." Yeah. Another drug movie. This guy's always playing a drug guy.
Well, him and the other guy, right? The Russian guy.
Yeah, he's always a drug guy too. You're right. That's true.
Yeah, he's always.
But all right, Scott, what you got? Johnny Tapia.
So Johnny Tapia, I'm gonna go a step above Nate. I gave him a 4.
Ooh,
he's not by all means. He's not like a perfect villain or anything, but out of all the Bad Boys movies, he's the most memorable villain for me. Like, he's got entertaining scenes. He's got some funny ass scenes. Like, his scenes are funnier than the last guy. The last guy was all serious and stuff like that. The rats are eating his money. He's like, I can't even get the money to Cuba because the rats are eating. This is a stupid fucking problem. Like, he's like freaking out.
It's a stupid problem to have.
Yeah, that is freaking stupid.
And he's like, then he kills the guy. She's like, Johnny, what happened to Roberto? He killed himself, mama. Very sad.
Yeah, I will write her a note.
Yeah, make sure I write the letter to his mama. I'll do it.
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh my god, yeah. And then like when he's in Cuba and they're painting him to look like Jesus, and he's like, Daddy, you look like Jesus. And he's just like, what is this? And then he's like, that's the Last Supper before Jesus died. And then he goes, cover your ears, baby. And he goes, whose idea was this? This is fucking depressing. So
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. The daughter said that it's the crucifixion. He said crucifixion. Oh,
it's fucking depressing. But it's a 4 for me just because he stands out more than any of the other ones that I can think of in the whole franchise. So entertainment too.
I will say this: I agree with Nate and I agree with Scott, and I'm like in the seesaw. And I had to give him a 4.
3.5.
Because I agree. I agree because out of all the Bad Boys, I agree with Scott on this. He is the most memorable and the most funniest. Like, besides that, even when his daughter comes out and he goes, oh, look, the lady said I look pretty, and Roberto laughed and he said, you lucky you are my cousin, because if not, he was like, I would have killed you.
You're lucky your mother and my mother is
yeah. That was funny. And then he turned around and he said in Spanish, he was like, oh, don't pay attention to Roberto, he's a come mierda.
that was funny.
Shit. So I thought that was funny. And then my other favorite part of him is when he gets really mad. He goes, "I would give anyone $5 million if you put those black bitches in these coffins." I don't know why, but that shit is funny. But yeah, it's like, I agree. Like, the actor's very good as a cartel. Like, he looks like, he's like, "My money." Or when they blow up his house, he's like, "No, no." Like, I love all that stuff. Or when they driving and they're going down the mountains and they're about to shoot, and he's like, "Come mierda!" He's like shooting them with the gun.
He was in I couldn't remember at the time, but he was in Colombiana. Remember, he was the villain in that too.
He was in the Reddick movie me and you did.
Yeah, and Night and Day with Tom Cruise. He's been in a bunch of action movies that we've done.
Yeah, he was.
Actually, I'm looking through his like acting credits. This dude's been a villain. Yeah, he was in Riddick. He was Santana. The dude's been in he's been the villain in so many action movies. Criminal, which we haven't done yet, but he's in that movie. Colombiana, Bad Boys 2, Riddick, Night and Day, which we did review.
That was good.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff.
And he took his sister at the end of everything. He took his sister to Cuba. I don't know. I felt like he was really good. Oh, and then the way, I mean, come on. How you gonna tell me this dude is not as memorable? My man killed the guy's right hand man and put him right next to him. He goes, "Oh, there goes your partner," and his feet is sticking out, all bloody. Oh, bro, I was like, okay, that gave I want stop right there. Okay, that is a 4 right there. So I don't know. At the end of everything, I thought it was I thought he was really memorable. I agree with Scott on that. He was good. So I give him a 4. All right. I already know where we're gonna go with this, but action sequences. Scott.
It's a 5. There's no other way to say it. It's nonstop action through the entire movie. I mean, you get maybe 15 minutes between action, maybe 10 minutes. Then there's a shootout. Then there's a car chase. There's 2 car chases in this one. One of them, they stop in the middle of the road with the Haitians and literally shoot it out with them, and then get back on the road, and the Haitians start throwing cars at them through a freaking one of those big 18-wheelers that has cars on the back of them. And then they go full on military. Somehow these guys are just regular cops, but they went full on Navy SEALs and went to Cuba and took down Johnny Tapia and the freaking Cuban army. I'm talking RPGs, driving Hummers through houses. It was, yeah. I mean, I got nothing left to say. It's a fucking 5. It's a 5.
Oh, all right, Nate. Does Nate feel that way? I don't know. The face he puts. It could be or it can't be. We don't know. That's the interesting about this thing. All right, Nate. What do you got for action sequence?
Okay, so there's a lot of action in this movie. This is also, I believe. So here's I agree with a lot of what Scott said. I have one gripe, and it's with Michael Bay as a director. And I probably like his movies more than most. I don't think they're great. Usually the story has problems. I like the way he shoots action, and I love his casts. He always has really fun casts in his movies. So I generally like them. But this movie was the first one where it started he has these trends where he'll do them in multiple movies. And I feel like Bad Boys 2 was the first one. For example, the spinning camera when they're in the house with all the Haitians, and the camera is spinning around and it's going from one room into the other room. He copied that same exact thing in Transformers 1, if you remember, when they're in the Hoover Dam and the camera's spinning. He borrows from himself, which I guess in a way it's his style, so it works. But also it's do new things. You know what I mean? The car chase, I remember in The Island, he used exact footage in Transformers 3. Didn't even reshoot it. It's just the same thing. He just added a transformer in CGI. So this movie started that thing. The dropping stuff off the back of the truck, that happened in The Island as well. That happened in Transformers 3 as well. So you see the same things. However, where I'm going to give him the credit here is this was the first one to do it. I give it a 5 as well. I think the action is very good. A lot of fun. It's great. The car chase in this movie is awesome. It's violent. It's real bloody. You know me. I love it. You shoot somebody. I want to see some blood come out. So yeah, I agree with Scott. I do think it's a 5. It's just interesting to see all the stuff he's going to copy later in other movies. And now in hindsight, it's almost damn, I should have minused for him using the same exact shot, basically. But it's too late now. But yeah, I'll give this one a 5. I agree. I think it's top-notch Bay action.
Yeah. All right. So I agree with both of you guys. This is what I was saying, because I noticed that too, because we did those movies on the podcast, and I was telling my wife, because my wife was really getting into, because she loves this damn franchise. So she was like, "Oh my god, this is one of the best car chase scenes," and I'm like, "Hold your horses, there." I was like, "It's one of the best."
Hold your horses.
I was like, "You better hold yourself there." I was like, "It's one of the best." Yeah, I was like, "Hold yourself there, lady." She laughed. I will say this: Michael Bay is very what's it called? Innovative. Yes. Because he did those, and again, the camera shots were dope. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. But then you're right. Then I started to think, oh, he did this shit in other movies. Like, I was like, oh boy. But this is one problem I have with this movie. And I don't know if Nate or you guys picked it up. He ramps up the car scenes when they're driving. When it's like, oh, jump on the sidewalk. And it's like, it looked like he's going 250 miles per hour in the sidewalk. And I'm like, come on, bro. I was like, there is no freaking way when you ramp. First of all, he ramped a sidewalk with a Ferrari. You know how low that car is on the ground? He would have been like, they would have been like, it's like, oh shit. Yeah, they would have been popped, bro. Like, I was just like, whoa. And then I noticed when they're driving it, he's like, oh, you got to punch it. And he's like, vroom, 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 vroom. And you see people jumping. And I'm like, oh, come on. That is one thing with Michael Bay. I always, he exaggerates the speed, certain situations. Now, it does add an effect to it. Like, I was like, okay, that's cool. But when you say ramp a sidewalk with human beings there, you can't go 300 miles per hour, because that means you're knocking everyone out of the way and you're killing everyone that's on the fucking sidewalk. So that's one of my things. My second thing, and I laughed so hard, and my wife was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, this is so funny. Will Smith, before the Haitians, right? Remember before they stop, right? He does the whole Die Hard. He spins the car in slow motion, right? And he's like, doom, 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 doom. And I'm like, oh, this is badass. My man decides to reverse the car so it doesn't get shot. He moves it. And I was like, wait a minute, they're not even tearing him up, like the car up at all. So that is funny. And my wife was like, well, maybe they couldn't, like destroy the car in real life. Like they had it like you know what I mean? Like they couldn't injure the car, like
could be a
insurance
rental
purposes or something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like a rental. Like, yeah, you could, destroy that car, but you can't do nothing to it. But that was so funny. Like he did all that and no one's shooting back. And he went, wait, hold on a second, guy. Let me just work this thing. But other than that, yeah, the action scenes were fun in the first half. But then I felt like it just dragged towards the second half.
They were fairly repetitive.
Yes, that's what it was. I love the first half of this movie. When it goes to Cuba, I felt like the action was just like, oh, I saw this already. Like, what's new in this? The car going down the hill. We're going to plan B going. He's like, what's plan B? And everyone doesn't know what plan B is. And then he goes, now we're in plan C. And then I thought that was funny. But yeah, other than that, I gave it a 5. I thought Michael Bay does know how to shoot action, but I feel like his earlier work is like extended. Like I don't know, like it's just like I don't think he found his niche yet in terms of length of action. I think he did a great job in Ambulance.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect amount of action, 13 hours, perfect amount of action and shot. So I think he was seasoning himself. You're right, Nate. I think this was the first time he was like, oh, I could do all this with cameras. Woo, let's have fun. Let's spin this bitch all over the place. Like, I was like, let's do that. Because I thought that scene was fun. When Will Smith is talking, he has the 2 guns and the cameras are rotating. And I'm like, damn. I felt like you felt like in Swordfish. Remember with the cameras going in the beginning when the cameras go,
those balls are flying
yeah,
everywhere.
I was just like, man. I was like, and Angelina laughed, my wife, because I was like, man, now I know what Nate felt like in Swordfish. Because I was just like, man, they keep doing this thing like over and over. Like they're talking.
And he does that a lot. Even he does it in this movie multiple times. The low camera angle, the slow motion, they're like standing up. It's like a low angle of them.
Yeah, but it works though.
It works once, but why do you do it 4 times? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, it's like this hero shot, but he even does one with the villain where it's like at a low angle. Look at the Haitians talking on the phone. I'm like, all right, brother, move that up. Make it where it's only for our heroes. Don't use it on everybody, He can't help himself. I feel like that's the thing with Michael Bay. He's like, he started a music video, which makes sense.
Oh, that could
which
be
makes
it.
sense.
He's into
He was a music video director. Go to his IMDb. He has like 53 credits and like 30 of them are like music videos. So he's a very visual, everything is visual. And I think that's why he's like that.
He was like, oh, guys, this is it. This is the slow motion.
Here goes the
money.
KKK. They throw off the ropes. Like, slow motion. And then they're like low angle. You know, it's like, okay. I mean, it's cool, but.
Yeah, no, I get it. All right. 5 across the board here. All right. Storyline. Nate.
You know what? Okay, this is the part where we're gonna get to where everyone loves Bad Boys 2. Scott he said it, he's proof. We talked about it. Everyone talks about this one. This is actually my least favorite Bad Boys movie. And most of it is because of this. I don't think the storyline is that great. Again, it feels sort of like the first movie. Besides stuff with them and like adding in some like more tension and stuff, which I think is fine. Other than that, this movie drags. It is so long for no reason. It's 2.5 hours. It feels like 2.5 hours. The first movie's 2 hours, and there was times where it felt like it was dragging a little bit. I think we talked about it. Like there are certain parts where it's like, all right, like let's speed the. Like, Alex, you're talking about when they're in the apartment, you know, like multiple times, and that movie's like 40 minutes shorter than this one. So it's over long. For no reason. I don't think it really needed to be that long. Again, the storyline, we're just dealing with drug dealers. That's it. They're trying to stop drug dealers. Like, this is not my favorite Bad Boys movie. It's my least favorite. I actually like one a little bit better than this. The storyline's okay. I gave it a 3. Like, I think it's fine, but I don't think it's that great. Let me not say that. I like the movie. I've never loved this movie the way most people love it. Even when I saw it when I was in high school, I was like, it's cool. You know what I mean? But it's not my favorite. So yeah, I know we don't do rankings here, but if we did a ranking, this would be my 4th out of 4.
Oh, okay.
3 though. It's not good, but it's not.
You give it a 3. All right, Scott. What do you give this? Nostalgia 5?
Well,
hit him with that HBO 5.
What you got?
Let's be a little realistic here, and this may come to a shock to some of you. I gave the story a 2.
Whoa, he's lower than me.
It's like, you know, you tough love. I love this movie, but it's tough love. Yeah, I don't watch this movie for the story at all. I don't give 2 shits about what the plot of the movie is. I pop this movie on to watch explosions and laugh my ass off. And that's exactly what I do every time I watch it. I'm not like, oh my God, best cinema ever. Somebody call Scorsese, get him on the phone. Like, no, this is, it's a 2. It's okay. And it does its job, but the story is not the meat and potatoes of what we're looking for in this movie. So it's a 2 for me.
I respect that. I'm surprised, but I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with what you said. It's true.
I like it so much because I gave it a 2 also.
I like it the most. Oh man, I was about to change my score.
Yeah, look, there's problems with this storyline, man. First things first, this movie should have been a 2-parter. Like, they didn't need to. I don't think the adding of Cuba did not need to be in this movie. I think it just lengthened the movie and it made it like, even watching it now, I was like, oh my God, this is, because I already knew where we were gonna go
to Cuba,
and I felt like that other gap into the film just could have been another storyline that they could have went with. They could have took the sister. And then part 3 would have continued him going to Cuba and get the, you know, in a bigger grand action pack if you want to do and add more characters. If they wanted to go down that route. But this felt way too long. Number 2, unnecessary jokes. And I felt like that, I understand it's a sequel and you want to see more of the lead characters doing their bonding and jokes and their hatred for each other here and there. I felt like there was a lot of unnecessary jokes. While they were funny, I just felt like the unnecessary jokes was lengthening the movie, especially the morgue scene. That was mad long. I was like, oh boy, here we go. Get away from her titties. And then he drinks the ecstasy. And then he's like, I'm scared of this. You know, his head, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then his head comes off. And then he's like, oh, hold the organs. And then he's like, ooh. And then he drinks water away. So, like, I felt like that was way too longer than it needed to be. And then he's like, oh, ram the truck into the building. If not, I'm going to kick your ass if you get caught. And then I was like, all right, here. That was like another 20 minutes there. And I was like, I could have just cut, like, you know, you could have did pretty quick. I mean, that's just me. I just felt like there's just a lot of pieces here that could have been tweaked a bit. So that's why I gave it a 2. I just felt like the storyline while it was cool with the cartel, makes sense, but it's just way too
This
long.
movie feels like it keeps repeating itself over and over and over. Like they have like the first third of the movie, they got an informant. It's the Haitian guy. Then they got the information. And then the second third of the movie, they got a different informant. It's the KKK. It's Michael Shannon from the KKK thing. Now he's helping them. And then the third part of it, it's like, it's the same movie in 3 little segments.
Well, you're right though. But then they go to the Haitian and they destroy his shop, and then they go to Michael Shannon's thing to break him out of jail and take a photo with him. That's the joke. And then he's in the back of the car, and guess what? It leads into another car chase in the Cadillac. And now it's so. Yeah, you're right. It's a very repetitive movie at the end of the day. Now, whether you like it or not, that's up to you. But to me, I just felt like it was just way too unnecessary long for this movie. So that's why I gave it a 2. So Scott gave it a 2. I gave it a 2. Nate loved it. He gave it a 2.
Man, dude, I'm about to change it. I do not want to be the high one, but I'm not going to change it. I give it a 3.
You know, when Nate does not like a movie, he'll go, I'm going to slap it right between, a 3. And then when everyone lowers it, he goes, damn it. Like, he can't do
I'm
nothing
mad
else.
that when I don't like a movie that much and other people rate it lower than me, I get upset.
You do get tight
right now.
That is funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
But now you're tight because
and I'm not changing it. I'm sticking with it, but I'm mad.
All right, so you go first. Overall.
Okay. Overall, I think this movie's fine. I think it's fine. It's my least favorite. Where I'll agree with Scott is it has a high entertainment value. Is it a great movie? No, it's not. For me, a great movie means the story also has to add. Does it have great action? Sure. Does it have great characters with great chemistry? The 2 leads and the police chief? Yes. But like, is it a great film? No. It's too long. It has some of Bay's best tendencies and his worst tendencies, like all mixed into one movie. Like, this might be the most Michael Bay movie out of all the Michael Bay movies that exist, for better or worse. It has some great camera work and great cinematography and great action set pieces. And it also has that weird scene where you're walking in the club, just like looking up all the girls' skirts and stuff like that. Like, it's a little creepy. I was going to say that. Like, yes. It's a little creepy.
With the X's.
It's a little pervy. Yes. Or the scene where the guy's like banging the chick and they're playing it in all like in the Circuit City store. And it's like, and the kids are like, mommy. And then even the dialogue where they're like talking, they make it sound like they're doing like gay sex and all. Like, it has some of his worst tendencies of being kind of weird, and then some of his better filmmaking skills. So I think it's okay. I gave it a 3 overall. I mean, to me, it's the least good Bad Boys movie. However, it's still better than a good chunk of movies we've done here. So yeah, I feel comfortable with a 3.
Oh, all right, Scott. What do you got? What is your overall?
Shocker, it's a 5.
It's
a 5 overall.
He loves this movie.
Oh, okay.
I love this movie.
Okay.
This is probably, if we're going to rank Bad Boys movies, it probably goes, this probably takes first place for me, just slightly over the first one. But yeah, it's a 5 for me. Like, I have a special place in my heart for Bad Boys 2. Love it or hate it. I love it. This is a movie me and my best friend quote to each other like regularly. We'll just make each other laugh saying the stupid quotes in this movie. Yeah, it's a 5 for me. I'm sorry I gave you a 2, baby, but I had to. Yeah, it's a 5 for me overall.
Overall, I gave it a 3. I think it's a good, solid sequel. Like, I mean, there's a lot of franchises with action movies, and this one is actually a pretty good one. I mean, if you take away all the fluff or whatever, this is actually a solid action movie. Better than Die Hard 2. I mean, I like Die Hard 2.
Yeah, but 3
but
is
I think
better.
This one is
better
way too
Die
long.
Hard sequel. So yeah, I agree with you.
It is, but I mean, in terms of
yeah, I agree with you. I think like Bad Boys 2 is better than Die Hard 2.
Yeah.
And Transformers 2, it's better than Transformers 2. Another Michael Bay movie. That's the worst.
Not better than Lethal Weapon 2, though. That will always be sacred to me. I always love that beginning when Riggs and Murtaugh is driving. He's going, yeah. He's getting all excited because he's in the car chase. FYI, Nate hated those movies. I'm just letting you know.
I know. I heard him.
That's why
I
he's
hate him. I
laughing.
just didn't love him as much as Alex does.
Nate hated those movies. He's like, Rush Hour is so much better.
I do like Rush Hour. They're okay.
Oh, but anyway, yeah, so I give it a 3. I think overall you're getting good soundtrack, funny jokes here and there, little lengthy. Car scenes are amazing, shot very well. Gunplay, there's a lot of gunplay for you guys out there. So I think, and very gory. There's some scenes that are gory in this movie. Dude's getting hit with walls, getting flung out of the parking lot into a hot dog stand. I was like, geez, I don't remember that. I was like, whoa. So I thought it was, other than that, I thought it was pretty good. So 3 there. All right, total points, guys, across the board. Nate, what you got?
I have 19 out of a 25.
Ooh. All right, Scott, what you got?
21 out of a 25.
Nice. I got a 19. I'm tied with Nate. So, yeah, there you guys have it. All right, Nate, what's coming up next on the podcast?
Okay, next up, we are continuing on with our non-franchise series, which is Denzel Washington-led action films, a little movie called Book of Eli. We're going to be reviewing that. And then continuing on with Bad Boys, we were doing Bad Boys for Life, which this is an interesting series because the first 2 are directed by Michael Bay and the next 2 are directed by a pair of directors. So it's a 4-movie franchise, but there's only 2 like directors for it. So you get we're done with the Bay version. Now we're going to get their version. I remember really liking the 3rd Bad Boys movie. I'm with Scott. I have not watched it since the theater, but I remember liking it better than Bad Boys 2. So we'll see what happens there. Scott will be back for both of these episodes.
There you guys have it. You guys want to follow us on the social media accounts, please follow Nate over on Instagram at Netflix Reviews. Check out the podcast with him and his friends called Netflix Movie Reviews. Anything Action Movie Guys, head over to youtube.com/Action Movie Guys. Subscribe, leave comments on your favorite episodes. And of course, you can take us on the go with the Action Movie Guys podcast, available on all podcast platforms. Other than that, I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
And that is our intern, Scott.
Thank you.
Be awesome to each other and geek out.